Okay guys, in this class I'm gonna explain you guys some key fundamentals from half-guard position from top. Okay, I'm gonna be controlling the head and the underhook. Of course I'm not gonna cover all the fundamentals, but I'm gonna cover the key fundamentals. Okay, so usually when you hug the head and you control the underhook, usually what the person is gonna try to do in order to replace the guard is place the frames, right? She's gonna try to frame my face and frame my hips, and it's try to push me away to create some space to try to bring the knee in, okay? To try to use the knee shut. Okay, to avoid that, I need to make sure when I hug the head, when I link my hands, I need to keep my shoulder under her neck and my head close to the floor. So that way, I'm gonna use my hand to pulling her, in the same time I'm gonna drive like a tripod position. When I link my hands here, I pulling her first, and then I go here. So what this does is avoid her framing my face and start to push me away. So the other very important detail in order to don't let your partner replace the guard, because usually that's what the person is gonna looking for, or go under her legs to maybe try to go to the deep half, or maybe try to get the underhook, is make sure this leg, the outside leg, I'm gonna glue my knee in the side of her hips. Okay, if I maintain my knee open, she can go under my leg, right? She can start to use the frame in my hips. She can start to bring the knee outside. Okay, so nothing good is gonna happen if I leave too much space with my outside leg. So I need to make sure when I'm on top half, when I get my grip, when I link my hands, I'm gonna connect my head and I'm gonna maintain my knee attaching her hips. If you guys notice, look how there is no space. Okay, if I open my knee, it's too much space. I need to glue my knee on the hips and maintain everything attached. Okay? So that way, now I need to be aware about her move the hips away and start to play with the half butterfly. Okay, because that's the other position the person might try to do it. Okay? So what I'm gonna do to avoid that? When I start to tripod, I try to make her flat towards this way. So look, I don't leave her sideways because I know here she can start to move the hips away. I start to move her flat. Okay, so that way it's way harder to her shrimp out and then try to get the hook. So from here, the other key element is not letting your shoulder lose pressure under the neck. If you start to tripod over upon and you let your shoulder slide up, the person will find a way to frame. Okay, you need to avoid this. So make sure, maintain everything attached. Okay, I pulling her, maintain my head really close, and I start to tripod. Now look how I have my tiptoes alive. The other very important thing. If I have my tiptoes alive, what that means? I can apply pressure on her. I can drive my way on her. I'm gonna try to drive my way on her, right? So from here, the person will try to use the knee shield in you. So you need to make sure when you start to slide your knee, so look, I'm gonna use my outside leg to hook her leg, and I'm gonna use my shin, not my foot. My foot's gonna create a hook, but what is gonna push in her leg is gonna be my shin. When I slide my knee out, now I have two options. I can start to slide my knee across, or I can start to slide my knee to the mouth. I really like to go with the knee across, okay? But it's up to you. If you like to go to the mouth, you guys can go to the mouth. What is really matters is the position of your legs, okay? So don't give you much space between your legs to don't let your partner get under. I like to go to the knee cut, like I say. I'm gonna start to slide, I pinch my knees, and I start to slide my knee across. So in this position, guys, it's super common to see people get here and they get frustrated to pass because look at how she's locking my legs. My foot's really stuck between her legs. And to make sure how I'm gonna free this control, I'm gonna do this. Look, my kneecap is in the side of her belt. I'm gonna start to slide my knee back. My hip is gonna stay on her because that way I start to fly her out. I wanna make her, she wanna stay like attached, kind of like a little ball. I wanna stretch her out. That's a very important principle in Jiu-Jitsu. Every time you overextend your partner, you can pass the guard way easier, right? I'm gonna overextend her, look. And now I'm gonna use my outside leg to kick her bottom leg. When I kick her bottom leg, I'm gonna point my toes. Okay, I'm gonna go bailarina toes. Okay, that way it's way easier to slide your foot out. If you maintain your toes flex, your leg's gonna get stuck. You point your toes up, okay? So look, pay attention to my toes inside her leg. Okay? When I kick, I'm gonna free my leg. Then as I free my leg, I'm gonna start moving my toes on the floor. I'm gonna maintain my hips in her hips. Probably the person will try to pushing you, What is important here, a very important fundamental I like to teach is every time you pass, you maintain position. You try to keep your position. If you move too much as you pass, as your partner move, you're most likely gonna lose the position. You're gonna end up losing the position. I keep control, and I know she's gonna try to breathe and shrimp out. I'm gonna be following her hips. So look at my leg work. I follow her hips until I make her flat. When her knees face the other way, now I'm gonna bring my knees under her body to create wedges under the body. And now I have a very good upper body control and a very good side control position.